Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a general reading for the sign of Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Pisces, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, you can find that information in my Buy Me a Coffee link, my official Instagram and TikTok, all listed in the About section of my YouTube page. And I thank you so much in advance. Pisces, I hope that you're doing well. I'm going to be using two decks for your reading today. The first one for the overall energy is going to be from the Elemental Oracle. And the tarot portion of your reading is going to be from the Tarot of Mystical Moments. The cards have been pre-shuffled. This is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. For Pisces, please. Angels, spirits, guides, what messages do you have for Pisces? Number 25, which reduces to a 7, relating to the Chariot card of the Major Arcana. That's Cancer energy, talking about victory, fast movement forward, hard control, mastery over light and dark. And it says, speaking your word, voice. Isn't that beautiful? Speaking your word, voice. I think this is one of my favorite oracle decks because it combines these like surreal images with spacey themes. And for some reason, Spirit wants me to say that. It's almost like you're combining genres within your life, two different styles, two different methodologies, two different modes of being. And now it's all about expressing it. This, maybe, let me give you an example. It's kind of like, art is kind of the easiest example. Like if you were combining, illustration and photography, or mediums, for example, like you're using watercolor and collage or something like that, like two different modes of being. Visuals with spoken word and poetry, using different kind of instruments. There's something about that. There's something about things being on opposite sides of the spectrum coming together. Pisces is bringing those two together, creating a third medium, a third mode of expression. And it wants to be voiced. It wants to, the throat chakra wants to be clear. Singing it from the mountaintops, singing it to the heavens. Could also be voicing your thank you, Spirit, voicing your manifestations to the heavens, to Spirit, and coupled with taking control of your destiny. Yes, you're leaving the things you cannot control in the hands of Spirit. It's like you're going after what it is that you want. But first it starts with the vibration of your voice, the expression of what it is that you want. Your authentic truth. Speaking your word, your authentic truth. And it's transforming you. Because I see this light energy kind of coming out of her cloak, out of her dress. It's like making the material into the energetic. There's something about vibration. Things could be moving so fast that they almost seem either imperceptible or that they're standing still. The example of this would be Have you ever been on the road and you're driving next to another car, and somehow if you're moving at the exact same rate of speed as the car beside you, it looks like the other car is standing still? This is what Spirit is showing me for you. That there could be this sense within you, or rather an insecurity, that things are standing still when in fact you're moving at a clip. You're moving very quickly. You're evolving very quickly. But it might be hard for you to perceive because things around you are also evolving. In a way, they're matching your energy. Why is this potentially problematic? Because it feels problematic. Because if you don't feel like you're making progress, you could end up working against yourself and stopping the motion. And Spirit wants to guide you away from that feeling, right? Because if we're feeling it, it becomes our reality. Trust that you are moving at the rate of speed that is correct and right for you. I'm going to pull 3 cards for the base spread, 3 cards for clarifier, past, present, future, and at the end, I'll pull a card of advice from Spirit. This is for Pisces. Your cards are very jumpy. Okay, an extra card came out. I'm going to take that as part of the overall energy. Number 5, the Hierophant of the Major Arcana. This is Taurus energy, and it talks about a sense of learning, guidance from something in the material world, right? We can see the owl here as the teacher for this little girl. Thank you, Spirit. You could have been given some sage advice. Someone could have said something or read something to you or suggested that you read some kind of article, a book, a sacred text. Let's say, I think this would help you. You could be going to someone for advice, a therapist, pastor, priest, shaman, life coach, somebody that you respect and you feel knows a little bit more about some aspect of life in which you're still learning. It feels very private. It's like you're both up in this tree and no one else is allowed. I don't want to say that it's like, oh, you're going to a priest and it's very confessional. That's not what that's not it. But it does feel like I keep hearing someone say, am I doing the right thing? Am I doing the right thing? 5s for me, 5 is as a number, kind of represents having to work through the challenges. It's a little bit of a slog, like we're in a little bit of mud, and we have to exert more energy to rise above it. And that can be very frustrating. There's a sense of tiredness that I feel. Tiredness. And looking towards someone or something or some set of words or books or experiences, stories from others to provide us with guidance. I'm very preoccupied with the fact that V and V here, it 5 could be very relevant as a number for you, but also your name could start with a V. Something about a V. Maybe it's your first or last name. Maybe, I don't know why, but Spirit wants to point that out to me. The letter V. The past energy. We start with number 16 in the major arcana, the Tower. So this is the past energy, right? Something came in and shook up your world like an earthquake. Shock, awe, surprise. Spirit coming in with that energetic lightning bolt to blow open the crown chakra, to make us kind of face our fears, our ego, all the things that we have procrastinated on. There was a sense in you that you knew you needed to change. We always know. There's that nagging little voice when we know we need to change. It's always there, and it's going to keep nagging at us until we do something about it. And maybe there was a little bit of procrastination on your part, Pisces, which is okay. I'm a Pisces moon, like I get it. But Spirit is saying enough is enough. Enough is enough. You have to overcome these fears now, because we want you to build something brand new. We want you to build something that is more in keeping and in alignment with your path. Like, I feel as though it's like you built something up, but it was for the benefit of other people. That's very specific. For the benefit of other people. And that was not going to work for you. And Spirit knew it. And it could have been difficult, the way that she is caressing almost this collapsing building. It's just like, can't we hold on just a little bit longer? Right? Almost in the way that the woman is caressing this lion with the Strength card, number 8 of the major arcana. That's 2 major arcanas in your past energy. Thank you, Spirit. It's important. It was like a matter of the utmost importance that needed to be addressed immediately with those sirens going on in the background. Strength card, Leo energy, talks about this mastery over the beast within. I don't know why I have the pen in my hand, but it feels important. Like maybe it's like speaking your word. Maybe it starts with writing things down. I feel like I want to write something down, but there's nothing that I need to write down. But I want to. It's like I want to have it in my hand. I want to know that it's there. It's in my hand. I have a tool from which I can express myself. Maybe that's going to be very important for you to write down your thoughts, your feelings, your manifestations, your misgivings. Write it all down. Write it down, burn it, give it to Spirit. Strength card talks about a mastery over the ego. The ego, which serves to protect us, but it can be overbearing. When we're too much in our ego, we can't see the bigger picture. We're too concerned with our safety and our identity, preserving that. It actually serves, that actually isolates us from others, right? When the Strength card is in the upright, however, it talks about reconciling that, having a mastery over that, saying, I understand where I have fear. I understand how people can sometimes trigger me, or situations can trigger me. And I understand how that can manifest itself in my actions and my words, how I present myself to the world. But I also understand that I'm kind of coming into my own. I'm allowing that beast to sit with me, but it's not going to control me. What is this tower that, you know, the tower that tested us? It's almost like, I'll just give you an example of what this could, a tower and a strength card together looks like. It looks like losing a job you've had for 20 years. That job has been your whole identity, but you were miserable in it. The job goes away. Who am I now? And upon questioning that, realizing that job is not who I am. It was a job. I am me. I am secure in who I am. And I don't have to be defined by that job. That's just an example. What is this tower about for Pisces? And look at that. 8 of Cups in the reverse. 8 of Cups in the upright talks about walking away from something that no longer serves us. I think for you, the tower is like a homecoming. It's this realization that perhaps you strayed too far from something that always rang true for you, but maybe you had forgotten. So Spirit is giving me the example of, like when I talk about, when we look at like destined paths, like our life's blueprint, our calling in life. Whenever somebody says, well, I don't know what my calling in life is, I always start talking to them about when they were younger. What is it that you liked to do when you were younger? Or what is it that came very easily to you? Was it math and science? Was it talking to animals? Was it drawing, writing, reading, tinkering, taking things apart? Was it connecting with people? Being an athlete, very physical? Were you always somebody that was interested in history? Whatever it was that you fancied when you were younger. It's almost as if there's this realization suddenly that you wanted to bring some of that back. That somewhere along the way, those things that used to enthrall you as a child, as an innocent, in air quotations, it's coming back now. And that could have really thrown you off. But it could be for a good thing. You know, tower is always for our best and highest good. Always. When a tower card pops up. In the present energy, really beautiful. We start with the Page of Cups, though. Page of Cups in the reverse. Page of Cups in the upright can talk about an authentic but small offering of love or friendship. It can also talk about apology. What's so interesting about the Page of Cups is you can see here the little fish inside the cup. Pisces, you are familiar, as you are the kind of dual fish. Fish are very slippery. And sometimes there can be a slipperiness to an apology, a slipperiness to a message. It's almost like, it's not to say that it's not authentic, but there could be more to the story. You did get this card in the reverse, which kind of tells me somebody or something is very unapologetic. And you don't need to be when I show you the next card. It's like maybe you've been apologizing too much to people. And you're at this point in your life where it's like, I don't have to do that anymore. I'm an adult. I can make the decision of, you know, who I want to keep in my life and what scenarios best serve me. And if I constantly find myself apologizing to people, then I'm not living my authentic truth. I mean, because again, apologies, speaking your word, voice, there's something to it. There's something about the expression of self that is of the utmost importance for Pisces right now. Clarified by the sun. Number 19 in the major arcana, the best card of the tarot. Hands down. Best card of the tarot. The sun card talks about, it's also another Leo energy. You could have very strong Leo in your chart or be dealing with the Leo. This card talks about illumination and clarity, shining the light on things, warmth, life-giving energy. It's the whole reason for being. It's the reason why we can exist on this earthly plane. Because we have this source of light and warmth. Perhaps you are discovering that you yourself are that source of light and warmth. And that's, you know, it can sound really overly dreamy for me to say that. Oh, Pisces, you're the light, all right? But I mean, that when you are faced with the ugliness of the world, because sometimes the world is truly ugly, that's when this comes into the utmost importance. When you can shine your light onto the world, when you can shine your light to just one other person and affect positive change in someone else's life, the feeling and sense of happiness and even perhaps sometimes accomplishment, when you can bring joy to someone's life, or you can help them to find joy and bring joy to their own life, that is one of the most rewarding parts about being a human being. It's that important to shine your own light. Somebody could be doing this for you as well, but I kind of feel like it's more insular. It's like something emanating from you and coming out. You could be shy about it though. I see this bird over one of the eyes. It's like looking behind, looking from out, you know, like, I want to shine my light, but is it cool? Can I do it? I feel a little embarrassed. I feel a little shy. But kind of what this tells me is she covered her whole face. She couldn't hide it if she tried. You can't hide it. So why try? Just because we're shining our light doesn't mean we need to, you know, and it's just like, don't apologize for shining your light. Don't apologize for shining it. Don't dim to fit in. Don't be embarrassed. But you could be. This is what I'm seeing. And then like that comes into play with speaking your word, because it's kind of like, if we speak our authentic truth, are people going to accept us? Well, too bad, so sad if they don't. Do you want to be around people that don't accept your authenticity and your authentic truth? I don't want to be around people like that. Yeah, see? Number 4, you have a lot of major arcana in this reading. The Emperor, Aries energy, very fiery element here. The Emperor, the power of all 4 kings of the tarot. Somebody in a position of power, strength, control, stateliness, majesty, dominance. Spirit just said dominance. This is what you can be and what you are realizing, right? These are 2 really fiery cards. Not really typical Pisces, but it's kind of like we're in the new earth, in the new world, as San Tarot has been talking about. If you guys ever watch San Tarot, she's absolutely the most stunning human. I mean, she's been talking about new earth energies. We've stepped into the new earth, a new reality. Did it happen to you? It certainly happened to me. You're stepping into a new version of yourself. And it's almost like you're slightly embarrassed by the fact that you could be dominating something. Maybe you're at the top of your career, top of your game. Maybe you're moving and shaking and making things happen. Don't be embarrassed by that. Don't apologize for it. That's really powerful. This is a present energy. It's really powerful. It's almost like keep going, keep expressing, keep shouting from the rooftops. Which is interesting that I say rooftops, because then you got two cards here talking about rooftops for the future potential. Two of Pentacles in reverse. I like this Pentacle card in reverse. Pentacles is earth energy. Two of Pentacles can talk about multitasking, juggling, got a lot going on. We're making it all work on one foot even. We're balancing. It's a balancing act. The thing about this card is that it's hard to maintain forever. Sometimes we might try with that infinity symbol. What I see here with the card in reverse is that we're putting something down now. Maybe that was too much for us to carry, could have been burdensome, but we're putting something down so that we can just focus on one thing at a time. And that feels really important. So that we can build a firm foundation. Four of Wands, firm foundation, celebration, portal energy. We're stepping through the portal into this new earth, new dimension, new reality. And we're building something truly beautiful for ourselves. This is your future potential, Pisces. Look at it. I mean, they're dancing. There's something about elevation here. I think of that song, actually, which Santero talked about in her last video message. She talked about the U2 song, Elevation. I'm trying to bring forth, Spirit's kind of bringing me some of the words. You educate my mind, explain all these controls. Can't sing, but I got soul. The goal is elevation. It's really beautiful. So that's your reading, Pisces. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, Pisces.